is a chemical. Change the person's ability, how they react to the chemical, you can change the individual. Take responsibility. Remember the definition of the word responsibility. The word responsibility means to respond to the ability that is within you. Take responsibility. That means you must respond to the ability that's within you. Otherwise, you become a liability. And that means liability means someone has lied to you about your ability. That makes you handicapped. A handicap means someone has handed a cap or placed a cap on your ability. Take responsibility so that way you don't become a liability who is handicapped by asking questions. The word question means to eye on quest. When you ask a question, you are embarking upon a quest. So the right questions produce the right answers. And today, what you have just learned, if you can wrap your brain around it, will change your life. Because as a chemical being, as an electrical being, as a biological being, every thought that comes into your ears, you can accept it or reject it, and you can change it. You control your thoughts. Your thoughts control your emotions. Your emotions control your behavior or the chemicals that control your muscle fibers that produce particular behavior. So you are doing things that you don't want to do. The scripture says it this way in Romans chapter 7, verse 18. The things I want to do, I don't do. The things I don't want to do, I do. Why? My flesh wars against my spirit, and my spirit wars against my flesh. The two are contrary to one another. Since you know that your flesh is contrary to your spirit, that means the scripture must do what the scripture says. The scripture says, walk in the spirit, and you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. The way you walk in the spirit is by hearing. Faith cometh by hearing. If you want to walk in prosperity, you got to hear prosperity 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you want to walk in health, you have to hear. Because if you hear it, you're going to feel it. You're going to internalize it. You're going to have an emotion behind it. If you can see it, you're going to have an emotion. If you can touch it, you're going to have an emotion. If you can smell it, you're going to have an emotion. If you can taste it, you're going to have an emotion. If you can use your senses and put your senses in the right environment to see money, to smell money, to hear money, to taste money, to feel money, you're going to produce the emotion of money. You're going to release the chemical of money. You're going to take action that produces money. But if you put yourself in an environment of poverty, and you hear poverty, and you see poverty, and you taste poverty, and you talk poverty, and you touch poverty, and you smell poverty, you're going to produce the emotion of poverty, and you're going to produce the chemical of poverty, and you're going to produce poverty. If you put yourself in an environment of disease, and you see disease, if you hear disease, if you smell disease, if you taste disease, if you touch disease, it's going to produce the emotion of disease. You're going to release the chemical of disease, and you're going to manifest the disease within your body. My brother, my sister, you are a biological, electrical, chemical being. Take responsibility and respond to the ability that is within you. So that way you do not become a lie ability, and you do not believe the lie that the enemy has said about your ability. God has given you, past tense, God has given you everything that you need for life and godliness. This is Master Teacher 33. I want to thank everyone for joining me on tonight's show. God bless you. Yahuwah bless you. God love you. Yahuwah love you. Go to my website, masterteacher33.com. Also, you can join me at Eagles Club. Eagles is spelled with 2 S's, E.A.G.L.E.S.S club.com. Join me. I'm coming out 2012, January. We're hitting the ground running. We come out with the Eagles University, where if you take a class to learn, you recommend a class to earn. Let me say that again. By taking a class, you learn. But if you recommend a class to your friends, to a family, If you recommend a class to someone else and they enroll in that class, then you are paid for them. Take a class to learn, recommend a class to learn. Go to my website, EAGLESClub.com, click on Eagles University, or go to my website, masterteacher33.com, and click on the Eagles University to find out more information. This is Master Teacher 33. I want to thank everyone for joining me on tonight's show. Yahuwah bless you. God bless you. Yahuwah loves you. I love you. And as always, I will see you in eternity. God bless.